are all items that I previously refashioned. But over time, you know, bodies change and now they're kind of snug on me. But around here, we make our clothes fit our bodies, not the other way around. So today I'm going to show you how to upsize these items because I love them and I really enjoy wearing them. So if you're into that kind of thing, subscribe and let's get making. Let's start with these awesome trousers that were part of an 80s suit that I refashioned, I think about a decade ago, maybe more, but I have worn this and worn this and worn this, and you know what? My waist has expanded a little bit, so got to make it bigger, which is totally fine because as I said right at the start of this, we make our clothes fit our bodies, not the other way around. So the very first thing I'm going to do is just simply chop up the sides like I always do to insert my upsizing side panels. Because these trousers have this detail with a bunch of gathers here at the top and this kind of expanded side seam here, I just kind of made a judgment call and decided I will chop out the side seam from this actual insert panel that's already here to make it kind of puff out as a detail. And hopefully it's going to work out and my side panel inserts aren't going to be too far back. Because I'm all about using what you have to make what you want, I looked in my wardrobe and found a pair of black stretchy velour type trousers that I don't wear because they are uncomfortable, and I'm going to chop this up to make my side panels. And there's my two side panels. I just eyeballed it, but if you want to measure everything correctly, you can. So now let's get these into the trousers. So I actually kept the bottom hem of my trousers that I chopped up for the side panels. So I'm going to start at the bottom of these so I can match up the bottom hems perfectly. And I'm just going to pop them together, as always, with the right sides facing, and then go and stitch all of this together all the way up to the waist, and then repeat the whole process on the other side. The first side panel is in and the top is nicely hemmed at the waistband here. And of course, I did what I always do, and I did a straight stitch. Then I did my tight wide zigzag because I don't have a fancy serger, and this helps to slow down and even prevent fraying. So now it is all flipped right side out. The pockets are still very functional, and it looks pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. So now let's do the other side, and then we can try it on and style it up. You may remember this upsize from last week's tutorial, and it came out awesomely. The sleeve cuffs, I just love them so much, but it is actually quite short in my torso, which means this area here is quite uncomfortable. So that's what we're going to do today. And now this is something I have never ever done before, but I think if I add an upsizing insert around here, that should probably give me enough. So let's just do it. Luckily, I still have enough left over from the trousers that I used to upsize this jumpsuit originally, so I'm just going to chop them up and create a wonderful upsizing insert like this one. Here it is right here, and that is more than wide enough, I think, and hopefully it's going to work on the first stitch here, but if it turns out to be a little bit too big, I think all I'll have to do is, you know, just kind of add another stitch to the center and shrink the width of the upsizing panel. But let's get it in first before we start trying to redo it. So all I'm going to do is chop out this inseam hem from one side all the way up around the crotch area and down all the way through the other leg. So it's just going to open the whole thing up. All right, it is all opened up now. So as always, we're just going to take the insert piece and line it up with one of the open sides here with the right sides facing, and then go stitch it all the way around and then repeat it with the other side. This came out so much better than I thought it was going to. And you know what? Let's go try it on and style it up. And I really think this is giving Uma Thurman in Kill Bill vibes for sure. What do you think? Editing Sheri here. Before we upsize these plaid pants, let's go back to 2020 and revisit the tutorial where I shared how to make these bigger without sewing anything. For this quick and easy no-sew upsize, all you need are your too tight trousers and your trusty seam ripper. So your first step is to, as always, simply flip your trousers inside out, and then you will have a clear view as to why this is such a quick and easy no-sew upsize. Now, most modern garments have an interior seam, as you can see here, as well as the exterior overlocked finished edge of the fabric. So all you have to do is very carefully unpick this interior seam, and you'll be gaining, I think with this one, it's almost a full centimeter of extra space. And so because these seams are not just here on the outside of the leg, but also here on the inside of the legs, as well as along the bottom and gusset area of the trousers, that means I'll be gaining a full 3 centimeters of extra space in these too tight trousers, and that should make them fit a lot more comfortably. Now it's more than a few years later, and my waist has of course expanded. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did with those cool 80s brown checkered pants and just chop out those side seams. And then I'm actually going to use the leftovers from my Upcycled DIY plaid shirt lantern sleeves tutorial. I will of course link that down below for you in case you missed it. And then I'm just gonna create my side panels, stitch them in, and I have some awesome plaid pants that fit me. So most people would do a before and after and stop. Not me, not this Refashionista. I do a before, after, and then another after, and there might be another after in the future as well, depending on what happens to this little Refashionista body here. But that is the beauty of upcycling and refashioning. If something doesn't fit you right now in your closet, and I know I'm not the only one, right? Loads of us have things just sitting there that we think, oh, if I lose weight, if I gain weight, stop it. Just stop it. You have my Refashionista permission to transform all of those items that are just sitting there in your closet. And I have tons of fab-free tutorials to help you along the way. It is not difficult at all. If I can do it and film it and edit it and show you how to do it, anybody can do it. It is not that difficult. It's really not that deep. But if you do want to go deeper, I highly recommend joining my wardrobe revolution at refashionistasheri.com, and also join my channel, become part of my rockin' Refashionista crew here, because not only do you get access to all the groovy behind the scenes content, you also can instantly watch my sustainable style workshop, which is just full of amazing tips, tricks, and fantastic education to help you transform your wardrobe. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. For just 99 cents a month, you can help save a struggling Refashionista. For just 99 cents a month, you can help sustain the much-needed work that goes on behind the scenes. Every thrift flip, every DIY, every upcycle, every free tutorial can only continue with your support. Join my Refashionista crew for only 99 cents a month, less than the cost of 2 bananas or a pack of gum. and help me continue teaching anyone who wants to learn how to use what they have to make what they want. Don't let affordable, sustainable DIY style become an endangered species. Join my Refashionista crew today.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.